Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So it is the night before Thanksgiving and I'm actually going to start my Thanksgiving dinner prep tonight. So right now I've got my turkey thawing in the sink, which I'm going to bake overnight in a roasting pan. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so easy and it'll allow my oven to be free to make other things for tomorrow. So that'll be taken care of. So by the time we wake up in the morning, the turkey should be done and just ready to go. And then tonight I'm going to do 3 desserts. I'm going to do a pumpkin pie. It'll be a crustless pumpkin pie. An apple pie is the second dessert. And then the third dessert is going to be a bundt cake. I'm not sure if it's going to be either spice or lemon, but we're going to do a bundt cake. But right now I'm actually prepping dinner. And I'm going to keep it easy. Tonight I'm going to make one of these frozen thin crust barbecue chicken pizzas, and then I'm going to hand make a cheese pizza on my pizza stove. So I'm making my own pizza. I've got my homemade dough here. I was just letting that kind of sit and rise, and I've got some Classico fire roasted pizza sauce, and then I've got my pizza stone here, which is clean. These are just, you know, oven baked spots on here, and then I've got my barbecue chicken pizza in the oven right now, and it smells so good. And then I'm just going to spread a little bit of this roasted garlic olive oil on my pizza stone here, and then I'm just going to brush that all over. You want a pizza pie? Making a lemon cake, lemon bundt cake. Here are our pizzas. I'm pretty hungry, so I'm just going to cut a slice of this barbecue chicken pizza. It's thin crust. It looks really good. And here is just a plain fire roasted tomato and mozzarella pizza. I'm thinking I might make this a tradition on Thanksgiving Eve to just make some homemade pizzas because it's simple, it's easy, and it's fun. And as my girls get older, they'll be able to enjoy it and really help out and be able to have fun. Okay, now we're about to make some lemon buttercream frosting. I just have a stick of butter here, some unsalted sweet cream butter, some lemon extract, and my confectioner sugar. This is like a staple in my home. It's baking season, so I always keep like a couple pounds of these in the house during the fall and winter season because, you know, the holidays is just baking season. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and make this because I kind of want to ice the cake right away as soon as it comes out because it is a bundt cake, so it's kind of made to look like it's cascading down the cake and it will dry. You can wait and ice it later, but bundt cakes generally just kind of runs down just for a cascading effect, and it's really yummy too. Okay, and I'm actually going to zest a little lemon peel here just for added garnishment for our lemon cake. I just thought it would be pretty. We just add a little extra lemony flavor and it'll make it pretty. I'm so excited. This is so not good for my meal plan, my weight loss plan, but it's Thanksgiving, so a small sliver of cake, of guilty cake, is not gonna be that. Now that I am finished prepping for my lemon cake, I'm just waiting for that to finish baking. I'm gonna start on my apple pie. So I'm gonna go ahead and decor and peel these apples. Okay, I'm probably gonna use about maybe 8 apples. So let's go ahead and count these out here, and there's no need to wash them because we are peeling them and taking the core out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By the way, some recipes for apple pie, just depending on the recipes and just depending on your taste, some recipes will call for Granny Smith apples, some for Gala apples, some for Fuji apples, some for Red's Delicious apples. So it's really up to you. It's personal preference. You know, kind of your taste. If you want like a more sweeter pie, or if you want a more tartier, if that's even a word, tartier pie. So I'm just using some Red's Delicious apples because, first of all, they just bake down really well. They bake down better. And second of all, it's just more of a sweet, savory flavor than a more tart flavor. Okay, so here I have my apples peeled, decored, and cut into smaller pieces. And then I have some ingredients that I'm going to use to make almost kind of like a syrup for my apples, which is going to be the filling. So right now I've got some butter melting in the pan, and then I'm going to add my sugar and cinnamon mixture to this butter, and it's going to make like a heavy little syrup. Just forewarning, this pie is going to be nice and sugary. Okay, so here is my mixture, which is I'm going to sweeten my apples. This is just some brown sugar, granulated white sugar, some cinnamon, and a little bit of water and some melted butter that I've melted, and it's going to become sort of like a syrup. I'm going to mix with my apples. Okay, and over here I've prepped a pie plate. I just sprayed it with a little bit of Baker's Joy just to keep the crust from sticking. So I'm going to go ahead and roll out some dough and kind of create like a little pie crust. All right, so I've added my little syrup mixture to my apples. So I'm going to mix those and just kind of let those soak in for a few minutes. And then I'm going to add it, pour it into my pie crust. And then while this is kind of marinating in this syrup, I'm going to cut some pieces of some more dough to create like a lattice for the top of my pie. So I'm just going to do some sideways slanted cutting of the dough. By the way, guys, here is our lemon bundt cake. So it's all finished. It's still nice and warm from the oven. We're just going to spread some of our homemade lemon buttercream on top of it and just kind of let it melt over the cake, and to kind of create that cascading effect. You can actually rub it in, kind of smooth it all over the cake, but it's still going to melt down because it's warm, and that's what we want. Normally if you were icing a cake, clearly you don't want to ice it when it's still warm because it's going to run, but with a bundt cake we kind of want that effect. So I'm just going to go ahead and smooth it kind of all over, and it's just going to kind of start cascading down the cake very nicely. Okay, so now our lemon bundt cake is iced. I'm just going to zest a little bit of fresh lemon peel onto our cake just for some added flavor, and it's really gonna just kind of spice it up a little bit. It's really fresh and it tastes really good. Can't wait to try this. All right, our lemon bundt cake is done. It looks delicious. Cannot wait for Thanksgiving Day. Okay, I've got my pie shell going here for my apple pie, and I'm just gonna form some scalloped edges with my fingertips. I learned this trick when I was a little girl. I started cooking when I was like 7. I always wanted to help out in the kitchen, so this is my element. All right, so I'm just gonna do this all the way around. I mean, of course you can shape it any way you want. Some people like to use like the fork effect, but I just prefer like the fingertip scalloped effect. It just makes it really pretty. Or if you're really talented, you can cut out neat designs like Martha Stewart style. Use some stencils and some cutouts, I guess. Yeah. All right, and so our pie shell is ready, and we're gonna pour this pie mixture that we've kind of been soaking in our syrup that we made with our apples. I'm gonna pour that in there. And then just kind of spread those apples out. And then we're going to top it with our lattice pie shell. Okay, so right now I'm putting my lattice on top of my pie. So I always kind of start in the middle and then just work my way to the edges. It's just easier that way. And then I can trim off the edges and then just kind of shape it however I like. I never seem to cut these just right. Actually, let's use this piece. Sometimes you might have to play Tetris with your lattice just to see, I don't know, what works better. Sometimes you might have to just stretch it out a little bit, but whatever works. All right, and I don't know, I kind of messed that one up a little bit. I have to take one of the pieces from underneath. I'm telling you, it's a game of Tetris every time. I always end up trimming some of this off anyway, so, okay. There we go. And then we'll just use a little bit of an edge there. So sometimes it's just helpful to start kind of wherever you feel you can do the best job. So there we go, just a little bit of playing around and perfect lattice pie. And I'm just gonna trim off these edges and just shape it all together. Voila, here we go. And then just for my own personal preference, I like to add a little bit of cinnamon sugar seasoning just to the topping of my pie, just for a nice crispy look, but just a delicious taste. It's just a perfect way to top this off. And so I'm gonna put this on a baking sheet just because I don't want any of the apples to overflow, because it will come up, it'll rise as it's baking through the pie, so I don't wanna make a mess of my oven. So I'm gonna put this on a baking sheet and bake this. This is gonna be... Ooh, is the pizza a hit, Paige? Is it yummy? Pizza's your favorite. Yummy, yes. And Avery just finished her dinner and she's having some cheese. Are you having some cheese? Okay, for our last dessert, we're gonna do a crustless pumpkin pie. This is like the easiest recipe ever. So just these ingredients here. We're gonna use egg whites, some pumpkin, some stevia or Splenda, skim milk, and it calls for pumpkin pie seasoning, or if you have already that spice, if you bought pumpkin pie spice, but I already know what it consists of, just cloves, cinnamon, allspice. So that pretty much makes pumpkin pie spice, and egg whites. So I'm gonna spray my pie plate here with some Baker's Joy, and we're just gonna go ahead and mix everything up and then pour it into the pie plate. And here is our crustless pumpkin pie ready to go in the oven. Oh, are you all ready for bed? Are you wearing Christmas pajamas? Okay guys, now that our desserts are finished, it's time to prep our potatoes. So we're going to boil down some sweet potatoes for our sweet potato casserole, and we're gonna peel potatoes. Peeling potatoes is probably my least favorite thing, but I'm just gonna make some mashed potatoes because that's what the crowd likes. Okay, we've got some sweet potatoes boiling here. We're just gonna boil those down for at least probably about 45 minutes until they're about soft enough to just peel the skin right off, which we won't even do tonight. We'll just kind of leave those soaking tonight, and then tomorrow we'll just kind of peel those off, mash them, doctor them up, put them in the oven, and then we're just boiling some water for our potatoes, which I'll also just kind of boil, just leave them soaking tonight and mash tomorrow, and just kind of season those tomorrow. You know, maybe one of these years I'll actually get one of those handy dandy nifty giant potato peelers, so I don't have to sit here and manually do this because this is not fun. No. Do you have on Christmas pajamas, Paige? Does it say sparkle, shine, little star? They're somewhat Christmas pajamas. Oh my gosh, she loves those pouches. Those are the Plum Organics peach banana apricot. It's my favorite Christmas movie, you guys. Now I really feel like it's the season. Elf and Miracle on 34th Street. It just really makes the season special for me. Yay, I love it. Hey everybody, it's been a couple hours since we've begun the whole Thanksgiving dinner prepping process, and everything is done. All the desserts are finished and complete, and we've got potatoes boiling, and the only thing we're waiting on is our turkey to completely thaw. It's almost done actually. And I'm going to put it in the roasting pan and put it in the oven. So here's our roasting pan. Here's everything. We got the turkey baster, just everything we need. Turkey is almost done, still thawing out. Oh, hi, Paisley. And there is our crustless pumpkin pie. It smells amazing. There is our homemade apple pie and our lemon bundt cake. So everything is ready to go. All we have to do is our vegetables, which I'm making green bean casserole. I'm doing some Brussels sprouts. I may also do asparagus, but I don't know yet. I may do a little bit of mac and cheese because I know Avery is gonna want some. I'm gonna have just that much, and my cauliflower stuffing. So that's all we've got for tomorrow. It's gonna be super easy, and with all of this prep, I mean, our cooking time is probably going to be under 2 hours tomorrow. Can you say Happy Thanksgiving? Oh, you're so tired. It's been a long day. We're ready for bed. Oh, hello. All right, guys. Well, we are all done with our Thanksgiving dinner prep. It was super easy. It's just always simple if you do it in advance instead of wait till the last minute to do everything. It's just a few minutes after 9, so it's not late at all. It really didn't take a whole lot of time to do this prep. It just takes some planning ahead. So we're gonna go to bed, but we will see you tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day. We hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving Eve and everyone has a great morning on Thanksgiving. And so, yeah, everyone just enjoy your Thanksgiving Day. We hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did like it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video.